Hi everyone, and welcome back to another reaction video. Pierre, get out of the frame. That's my cat Pierre. I am ED, and welcome back to another reaction video. I'm so happy to be doing this reaction video. I apologize also if this jacket is like really obnoxious. It's really loud, so I will try not to move around a ton. However, I thought the yellow would bring some vibrancy and some energy, hopefully. And I feel like it kind of looks good on camera. I don't know. You guys can tell me in the comments if you like my yellow jacket or if you think I look like a city worker or someone and you think it's hideous. Either way, I like it, so it's totally fine. What are we talking about? Okay, yeah, so reaction video. Oh, don't bite my camera. No. Oh my god, no. Don't bite my camera. No. If you bite my camera, you're not getting sardines. Hold on, you guys. Get down. No. So this video is called How to Express Yourself, the Key to Self-Expression. And his name is Rafael Eliassen. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. If I'm not, please feel free to correct me in the comments. Yeah, I found this video kind of randomly. It actually popped up on YouTube, and I wasn't actually like searching really for anything, so I feel like it's kind of meant to be, if you will, a sign from the universe. Bite my laptop one more time. I dare you. I dare you. Let's like do a little bit of Reiki. Let's do a little bit of like I don't want to call it witchcraft because it's not witchcraft, but let's do a little bit of energy healing, if we will. I'm going to send Reiki to my cat Pierre so he will leave me alone while I do this video. So I'm going to center myself and get into my state of Reiki. Reiki, go. Let's see if that works. I know you guys are probably like, that woman is crazy, what is she doing? But it works sometimes. And he ran away. Would you look at that? Totally because of me, obviously. Technical difficulties when I start these videos. It's like there's some stuff in the air that doesn't want me to like help you guys and help the world and whatever. So I'm just gonna be patient and trust God. Sometimes it is okay to ask for help from the guides, your higher self, God, Chi, whatever you want to call it, your ancestors, whatever. Whoever your source, whatever, whoever your that is, whatever you want to call it. So I guess this could be a good time for me to give you guys a little bit of a tip. When things are not going your way, when technology is not working, when you feel frustrated, take a breath. One more. And another one. And this is, you can kind of say whatever feels right to you, but I just say, I let go, I trust, I surrender, and it is what it is. That's working. Sometimes you just need a little bit of faith and patience, and you need to calm down. It's probably my emotions that were getting in the way. A lot of the times electronics don't work because we have stuff in us that is like messing with us. At the end of the day, it's all energy, right? Like I have a vibration, you have a vibration, I have a frequency, you have a frequency, this video has a frequency, everyone who's watched this video has a frequency. You guys get it. Okay. So let's get into this video. How to express yourself. The key to self-expression.
A lack of self-expression leads to suffocation of your own inner voice, and it leads to disaster in your life. You see, the less that you allow yourself to say what you truly feel and mean, the less that you allow yourself to do what you truly want to do, the more you feel a certain level of resentment towards yourself. The more you feel like maybe you can't really talk to people, you have anxiety, you can't seem to be effective at what it is you're trying to do, your productivity goes down, your relationships aren't that great. Generally, people look at you and think you're not such a great person. And of course, it's only natural. You're becoming and moving into a space of somebody that is not true to themselves. And if you're not true to yourself, other people won't be true to you either. And you won't feel connections. You won't feel like your life is progressing. You won't feel like you're really being who you're supposed to be.
Aw, you guys, I really like this guy. Oh my gosh. So, maybe you guys can relate, but I definitely got into like, and I know this technically isn't a meditation video, but it still applies. It's still very relevant. Because it's about getting to know who you are, and that's like all I've ever wanted to know. And I'm sure you guys can relate. Maybe that's all you've ever wanted to know. That's all anyone on this in this world wants to know. Who am I? And the reason I got into like spirituality and meditation, I was maybe like 14 years old, is because I didn't know who I was and I wanted to find out. So I got into all Reiki and spirit guides and crystals and this and that. And this is so interesting what he's saying, because yeah, like a lot of the stuff that I've like gotten into as I'm meditating is letting go of like resentment towards someone. Because what ends up happening is if you are not communicating to someone how you truly feel, and if you are not being true to yourself, if you're acting the way that you were taught you were supposed to act, that your brother, your sister, your mom, your dad, your ancestors, if you're acting in the way that you were taught, quote unquote, was good, and you're not being true to yourself, that can end in like resentment, like bad relationships. That's why it's so important to get to know who you are without the filters, without the labels, without the excuses of, well, everyone in my family, you know, has this issue, so I guess I have to too. Oh, everyone in my family is bad at communicating, so I guess I am too. Oh, everyone in my family is disorganized, so I guess I have to be disorganized too. And no, you can break that cycle.
Expression is simple. Say what you feel. Say what you need to say, and say it properly. Don't make excuses. Don't try to slip and slide around it and be all slimy and try to twist it and manipulate it. Don't do something that's kind of what you want to do. Do what it is that is true to you and what you know you should be doing. Self-expression is one of the most powerful things in the universe because it's authentic. It's something that you're doing from you, from within. It's something that's already a part of you when you're a little child. It comes with you and it never goes away. The only thing that's really a problem here is if you choose to ignore it. And that's why I'm saying that a lack of self-expression leads to suffocation of your inner voice. Your inner voice.
You guys, soul suffocation is a real thing. It's a real thing. I'm just gonna assume it's like an actual spiritual terminology, but like it's an actual thing. If you are not being true to yourself, if you are living in a way for someone else and not yourself, it literally is suffocating your soul, and you can feel that. That's why a lot of the time people get like rapid heart rate or a tight chest, or they're around a certain person and their throat closes up. Those are like physical symptoms that are actually energetic. They're spiritual. It's when you're not like speaking your truth. You're not saying what it is that you want, and you don't feel safe at the end of the day. I think it all boils down to safety. If you don't feel safe with someone and you don't feel safe within yourself, that you don't feel like if you can say something and that person is going to love you and respect you and honor your boundaries, if you don't feel safe in that way, total suffocation happens.
Voice is constantly bringing up, oh, say this. Oh, go try this. Oh, why don't you do this thing? But if you don't follow that, then you are doing the opposite. You are choking it. You are stopping it. You are stomping on it, and you're making yourself into somebody who you really aren't. You're trying to manipulate your deep inner intuition and flow and the self for some idealistic vision that you have of the future, of yourself. Maybe somebody else painted this. Maybe somebody else told you that you should go do this and that. And maybe you've been sold the lie that if you try to follow your dream, or if you try to say what you really mean, then everything will go wrong and everybody will leave you. You'll be lonely and broke for the rest of your life. And it's actually...
He's bringing up a really interesting point, which are subconscious beliefs. And these beliefs happen as early as like infancy, as early as being like a toddler. Like that's how early beliefs are ingrained into our mind. So a lot of the times we are not, I don't even really like to use the word authentic. True. We are not true to ourselves, because when, you know, Sally was 3 years old, Sally was told by her really quiet dad and really reserved dad that being loud made her bad, and being loud made her stupid, and she had to be quiet and she had to study because that was good, and she would only get respect that way. If she became loud like her sister or her brother, if she became loud like other kids at school, then she was bad. And so what ends up happening, she goes and meets someone who's loud, and she ends up either resenting that person, being jealous of that person, or so badly wanting to be like that person. And then that kind of becomes like your story, your blueprint, like your narrative. Like, oh, I gotta be the quiet one because I was taught that this way. Pierre eating my camera again. So it's so interesting. And these are beliefs, you guys, that you can change. Like, you can create a blank slate for yourself. I challenge you all at this very moment in time, if you're still watching this video, write down a belief that you feel like you have that you just want to get rid of. You're just over it. You don't want to be like your dad, who is really quiet and reserved and doesn't allow himself to have a sense of humor. Not saying that you don't love your dad, not saying that you don't absolutely adore him and he's an amazing person, but you don't have to be your dad. You don't have to be your sister. You don't have to be your brother. You don't have to be your teacher. You don't have to be your boyfriend or your girlfriend. You don't have to be anyone other than yourself. You know, so I would challenge you all to write down a belief about yourself that you just want to get rid of. And give me a second while I throw my cat off the counter. You are crazy. Come here. No. Swear to God, you guys, anyone who's skeptical out there, and even I am still really skeptical this day, I know that there is energy and other things out there, because anytime I do a video, my cat goes psycho. It's like he sees something that I don't see, or he feels something that I don't feel. It's just like very crazy. Okay, anyways, back to this video.
The other way around. The more that you sacrifice yourself, your true self, the more misery you will experience in your life, and the more tragedy you'll attract. Here's why. If you've ever had an accident, or if you've ever had something happen in your life that's a major wake-up call, a moment where it just all goes to the worst point that it's ever been at, that moment has come to you to snap you out of what you're doing. It's not there to mess you up even more. You see, because at some point you'll sink so low that you won't want to go any lower. You'll just think, wow, I've had enough. And this is exactly what happened to me. And it's a big part of what propelled me to grab my life and go and make something of myself and do what I truly wanted to do. Because I was living so far off the trail. I was so far away from my inner voice. I wasn't expressing myself and being true to who I was. I just had to get slapped. And
so this is like another really interesting point that he's bringing up. When he's talking about this, it reminds me, I think this like term gets thrown around a lot, like being on your path, being on your soul's path. You know, a lot of people like in this world want to know, how do I know I'm on track? How do I know I'm on my path? How do I know this? How do I know that? I think like the easiest way that I like to think of it is like, if you're doing something out of fear, then you're technically not on your path, quote unquote. And that's not to freak you out, but if you're doing something out of fear, it takes you off of what you're supposed to be doing, because now you're not doing the thing that you want to do. you're not doing the thing that you want to do because you're afraid of this person judging you, you're afraid of that person judging you. So if you feel like you want to know who you are and you want to know how to express yourself, do the things that you love to do without worrying about what other people are going to say about it. And I know that's easier said than done, but I like to think about it as like love versus fear. If I'm doing something that I love, then I don't worry about being off my path because I'm happy. I must be on my path. I must be connected to my soul if I'm happy. And if I'm doing something out of fear, or if I'm not doing something because I'm out of fear, then I'm letting fear kind of take me off the rails a little bit. So yeah, I thought that was very interesting. If you guys have any like tips or tricks for how to like make your cat more mellow, please leave them in the comments below. I would highly appreciate it. Okay.
In the face by reality, to know that it was time to move and go do the thing that I really wanted to do. And really what this video is for is for you to have permission. You have permission to go do the thing that's in your heart, to say the things that you truly mean, to stop lying to yourself and to the world and trying to pretend that you're somebody that you're not, or trying to do something that you know isn't you and it's not for you, but you're just doing it because you feel like you have to. You're no longer obligated. All those things that you felt before about how you have to do this, they're false. And the moment that you realize that they're just ideas that somebody else sold you on, you can detach. You can think, wow, okay, so I was following that path. Look at where it's gotten me. Am I happy? Yes, no. And if you're not, time to make the move. Time to make the shift. Time to start expressing yourself. And whether that's through painting, whether that's through music, whether that's through sports, or running your own business, your own company, or whether that's actually talking and expressing yourself by saying the things that you truly have needed to say for so long. Regardless, what's important is that you begin to express yourself. Because once you do, you'll start to be in alignment to who you really are, and it's one of those first stepping stones that leads to an incredible life.
Wow, I really love that video. Oops, why am I shutting this? See, I got too excited. Okay. Really liked that video. One of the main things I really loved about that video is I feel like it's so relatable. Like, I feel like the big question of life, you guys, is like, who am I and why am I here? It doesn't matter if you're an accountant. It doesn't matter if you're a performer. It doesn't matter if you're an actress or you're a dentist or you're a stay-at-home mom or a stay-at-home dad or you're a student or you're living at your parents or you're unemployed. It doesn't matter what you do. At the end of the day, everyone just wants to know who I am, who am I, and why am I here? And I think the reason for that is because, like, yes, we have these souls. We have these highly evolved souls within us. And sometimes our souls, you know, our souls are not like the highest aspect of ourselves. Like, our souls have a lot of learning to do still. And a lot of the times, like, our souls, you know, start to believe the things that we were taught when we were young. And we get programmed. Like, we were taught that being loud was bad, so we grow up resenting people who are loud. We were taught growing up that we had to be the smart one because being smart was cool. Like, all these things. And I think what's so liberating about that, and like what he's talking about, is you can free yourself from that. You don't have to buy into these stories that people have told you. You can be anything you want to be. You can do whatever it is you want to do. Like, you truly, truly can. Nothing is stopping you. The only thing that's stopping you is this mind, this brain gets you in trouble because it dictates what is good and what is bad. And any time that you decide to do something out of fear so that you don't have to look bad, so that someone will think you're cool, so that you won't be judged. I mean, really, truly think about the last time you did that, where you did something that you didn't really want to do, but you did it anyways. think about why you did that to yourself. Why did you allow that to happen? Not in a judgmental way. Forgive yourself for it, but think about, like, do I want to live my life on everyone else's terms? Like, is it really so important that I do this so that my grandma or my grandpa or my husband or my wife or my colleague is proud of me? Maybe that person is not even in their life anymore. Maybe that person, like, is projecting onto that person. And also, and this is not to be insensitive, this really is not to be insensitive, but maybe that person isn't even alive anymore. And this happens so many times where someone is still living their life as if they're still trying to please someone who's not even alive still. Like someone who's passed away, a grandparent, a friend, someone who's not even alive. And you really got to think about it, you guys. Like, is that how you want to live your life? So I will challenge you all to write down a subconscious belief. And when I say subconscious, I mean a belief in here. Like, I have to go to this school in order to be worthy. I have to have this job in order for this person to like me. That kind of stuff. I cannot make, any more than this amount of disposable income or else I'm a bad person. I can't work at this job or else everyone will think I'm poor. Like, those are total subconscious beliefs. I would write down one, just pick one that you want to get rid of. And do whatever it is you need to do in order to get rid of it. Continue to, write a mantra and stick it on your mirror and say it over and over again until you believe it. Start to actually, live differently. Take the steps to get rid of that subconscious belief. Start saying no to people. Set boundaries. Read a book about this kind of stuff. There's so many ways. So, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe to my YouTube channel for more fun, spiritual content. And I always try to keep it fun and entertaining. And yeah, I hope you guys have an amazing week, and I will see you guys next time. Mwah. Bye.